your little dog?
You can do it. Wonder Wheel. I don't want to go through life being a Wonder Wheel murderer.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Collectable Past and Talking Toys with a bunch of guineas here. Broken guineas. Between the three of us, maybe we could form one person that's not injured.
Broken guineas, unite! As long as we don't unite like the Wonder Twins did, because I don't give a shit what anybody else does. I am not forming a bucket of water.
No. Or a mop. Oh shit!
Yeah, how lame was that? Like, you're gonna give one the ability to turn into a gorilla or a dragon, and the other one turns into a fucking ice cube tray.
I know, right? She could turn into a falcon, a gorilla, anything she wanted. He had a bucket of water or a bucket of like. I'm gonna turn into escargot.
Turn into a
frozen scales.
Oh Jesus!
But let's say hi to the chat real quick. The chat has been patiently waiting. People have been hanging out way before the show. Always appreciate that, guys. Chaos Hoy in the house. What's going on, Chaos Hoy? Good to see you, man. We're doing well, and we hope that you are too.
Hello.
Of course, we got Vinnie and myself hanging out in the chat. Sim had stopped in earlier. What's up, Sim? Good to see you, man. I hope that you come back and you hang out with us for a while. Lurch,
buddy.
Slight return. Also hanging in the chat. What up, Lurch, man? Good to see you again, as always, my friend.
Hello.
Who else did we got hanging out there? I think that might be. Oh no, wait a minute. There goes Papa Cotton in the house as well. What's up, Papa Cotton? Good to see you. It's Dolly time.
That's right.
Trina also in the house.
Trina.
What's up, Trina? Trina's taking a bit of a siesta. She's getting away from us horrible, awful, hateful pigs for a little bit. We understand, Trina. We understand. We're a bit much to deal with. The Doc in the house. What's going on? The Dig Outlaw.
What's up, Doc?
I don't know why, but my thing froze up on my end. There it goes. Holy cow! Here we go with CenturyLink again. Don't even get me started on it.
Boy.
Don't even get me started.
Oh, no.
They assured me after I told them I've heard this one before, and that's not the problem. Your own technician said it wasn't on my end, but they insisted that I need a new router. So they sent me a nice brand new shiny router, and I'm still having the same issues. Imagine that. Of course. What up, Soul Assassin? Talk about toys. Talk about toys. We're getting there, Soul Assassin. We are getting there. Vinnie, did you want to kick this one off?
Yeah, I could. You want me to?
Yeah, why not? So often this pig has to bear the brunt and burden of carrying the stream in the beginning.
We could, yeah, I could show you guys a little bit of. I went to MegaCon, and there's a couple of. My mouse is broken here. Where the hell is it? There we go. Sorry, folks. Yeah. There's some cool figures and some cool things that I saw actually over at MegaCon, and let me share screen here. And there's stuff that like I haven't really like. I don't know Gundam and stuff like that, but like from what I saw there, this was pretty cool stuff. I'll mute that. But yeah. I mean, they had a giant Gundam statue there. All these cool little figures. I do like the way these look. You know, it's just something I've never seen myself.
I've seen a few of them in Target, and I know I was talking to Doc about that. They have a few in Target, and they look really cool. It's another thing. I was never really into it.
Yeah,
it came a little bit on the tail end of when I was kind of getting away from watching a lot of shows and everything like that.
I hear
so
you.
I kind of missed out on that, but yeah, the figures look absolutely phenomenal, and of course they have the model kits that you could build as well.
Yeah, I mean, I was really impressed because I think it's Bandai that makes these things.
Yeah.
And I seen one for sale at Ross. I think it was like around $11 to $12. I was thinking about picking one up, but I don't know. Maybe next time I'm over there, if they still have it.
Papa wants to know if you had the chance to stab anybody when you were there.
No stabbing. You know what's funny too, because like there's all this horseshit drama that I've seen on the internet and all that crap. None of that comes to play at the conventions. None of it. Nobody cares.
Good.
Whoever's little group of fans,
they're not fans. They're sycophants.
Sycophants, cultists, whatever you want to call them.
Minions.
These people who are ready to like knife each other in the street. It's like non-existent at those shows. Basically, it's just like whoever's be great. Like his fans are just his fans. There's like I saw like no interaction with anybody else. There's been a couple of people, if I was online waiting to go meet a creator or something, I was just kind of small talking with folks. And so like, I watched some of those things. Like they might mention a couple of streams that they watched, like regarding like geeks and gamers and things of that nature. But it's just to kind of see what's going on right now. I guess like the entertainment sphere, and everyone's sick of the nonsense. We all know that, but at the same time, it's like, like no one's diehard. Like the normal person is not a diehard in any of this stuff. Those convention goers don't really care. They want to go back to like the cooler stuff again, the cooler movies, comics, fill in the blank of, whatever the entertainment sphere is. But no one is looking to stab each other in the face. No one's looking to have these insane fights. And I'll tell you right now, nobody talks about CG. It's like, I think that they're blacklisted in that whole sphere, and no one cares. It's literally something that's like I didn't even catch a whiff of while I was at this show. It's crazy. Like I'll get a little more into some of that.
So what you're basically saying in a nutshell is it's devoid of the tribalism that we usually see over here on YouTube.
Yeah. Yep. It really is. People just want to be there, having a good time, buying the things that they want, talking to the creators that they want. Actual fun stuff. And some of the conversations I've had with folks were amazing, including pretty big creators. And like I said, I'll get more into that tomorrow. But I just want to kind of make that point. I thought it was really interesting to see that. But the show itself was massive. There's some really cool things. Let me go back here. This was pretty cool. I walked by this booth, and there's a lot of these things I haven't seen before. But man, these Transformers figures look pretty sick.
I think I have most of them.
I think you do. Yeah, you've talked about some of
them. Well, here's a funny thing. So you're showing off some of the older ones right there from like a Binary Wars.
Yeah.
So last night I actually had a visitor come over, one of the friends, and I do have friends in real life that stop by too. It's not just on the internet.
Nice.
I had a friend stop by, and he brought a friend of his who was apparently huge into Transformers. So he comes over. He's a lot younger than me, obviously. So he comes over and he's like talking about Transformers, and we're talking about the modern ones because I had one of them. I had the Medics figure that I was getting ready to review because I was behind on that one. So I started digging out all the crates. I dug out a few, just 2 or 3 crates from the back. And this guy was like drooling over all these things. And one of them was a whole bunch of these Combiner Wars figures. And he was just like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you have all these. Like, oh my God, I want all these so bad." Like, it was great. It was so much fun to sit there and just kick back and talk about Transformers.
That's awesome.
Papa, have a drink.
Yeah, man, have a drink. He's going to be having a lot. They had some pretty amazing ones there. They had a Metroplex. They're all like this one little booth. I'm like, holy crap. And then on the other side, I didn't get a chance to film it because there were too many people there, but they had some of the stuff from like the Four Horsemen. Those are the guys who used to work at McFarlane, and they branched off and they did like the He-Man stuff. Now they're doing their own versions of they almost look like barbaric versions of the He-Man stuff, like their own kind of like Warcraft type thing. I
don't I guess you missed that because I actually did talk about Mousejaw. So they have a Turtles Masters of Universe crossover.
Nice. Oh
And,
wait, yeah, that's right. I did see. Yeah, we.
Yeah, the trap jaw. Yeah,
It was that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Tommy had the trap jaw. Yeah,
yeah,
Yes.
he was called Mouse Jaw because he was mixed up with the mouse jaw.
yeah, half Mauser, half trap jaw.
Yeah, he looked pretty cool. Yeah, he had like the white parts from the mouse.
So
Yeah,
I
you can
watched-
attach the Mauser to his arm too. That was
So, yeah,
Yeah.
so I watched another guy who was going over the history of that entire line so far, and they're actually up to, I think it's the third wave of them now. Really interesting. So the mutant, whatever it is that opens the portal that brings them there, the mutagen winds up hitting into that world, and Skeletor and Shredder are using it basically to turn all the good guys bad. So in that line, He-Man's a bad guy. Ram Man is a bad guy because they've been hit with the mutagen ooze. So
Nice.
Man at Arms is like one of the main Masters Universe guys left, and he's leading the forces that are incorporating elements of Masters Universe with the Turtles. So you got the Turtles, Splinter, and everybody going up against Krang, Shredder, Skeletor, and all the rest of the regular bad guys from Masters Universe. It looks really interesting from what I've seen.
That is cool, man. That is cool. Oh, real quick, Lurch. I did not get the combiner one. Like, I didn't pick up any of the Transformers that were there. We were gonna go back in, but like the sea of people, and by the last day, like you couldn't even move your legs anymore. Just walking around that entire place, it was massive in there. This is the third largest convention in the world. Is MegaCon. It exploded the last couple of years. But no, the Ultra Magnus I have, I did end up getting the other one at a discount. My buddy knocked off some bucks. Said, you know what, you like it so much, yeah, I could, he did me a little deal, which was good. So yeah, the 86 one is the one that I have. And yeah, epic. And here's my buddy, yeah, man. Here's my friend who I went to MegaCon with, and yeah, it was pretty damn amazing in there. Big props to you. Yeah, it's craziness in there. That place was just teeming with people.
It was insane.
It really was. And this booth was sick. He goes, "Oh, did you see the Godzilla booth?" I went, "No, man." We walked back. He pulled me over, and look at this. If this isn't jaw dropping, I don't know what the hell is. I was like, "Oh, this is a really killer Godzilla." And then bam, you hit the statue one, and it's this whole battle scene. Mothra on his back.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, you got King Kong jumping in the air too, off the buildings. The buildings all had light up features on it as well. I mean, holy shit. This thing was massive as well. Look at that, it's like crunching on parts of the building. And dude, that's sick. The lights that are inside there, they go for all the glowing effects. Dude, I didn't even ask what this would have cost, but it had to be an arm and leg and your firstborn.
It's more than what we could afford right now.
Dude, like
real quick, take a quick moment over there. Say hi to some of the other people stopping. Bad Take Bojan is in the house.
What's up?
Disney Sheep Herder.
Scrambles. What's up, Scrambles?
Scrambles, the Death Dealer. What's going on, Scrambles? Keely Chow has popped in. Of course, we already said hi to Spike 220. What up, Spike? Good to see you.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, remember to share the links out there to let everybody know we're here. Suppression is a big thing on YouTube and apparently Twitter, which I'm probably going to get in that tomorrow. I'm going to probably run a Friday Underground stream, Vinny, because I have a lot to say when it comes to Twitter and their ridiculousness. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
nice.
It's getting ridiculous for sure.
Appreciate that, Keely.
Oh, thank you, Keely. Awesome.
You want a -1 Godzilla? Somebody did make it. I don't remember if it's SH Monster or who did it, but somebody did do a -1.
They did. They did. I saw it. I saw it in a comic shop a couple weeks ago. They had it just like it was behind the glass by the register. I was like, holy hell! That's I didn't get to see a box or anything, but yeah, it was just it was the figure itself, and that looked incredible.
And Lurch, yes, they do have one of those too. I did see it somewhere. I don't recall. Once again, I don't recall which company did it, but I did see a Shin Godzilla.
Nice, dude. Yeah, but if there was anything to really like just like take out of this place, it's like I'm stealing it. Yeah, it would have been that. This setup is just too killer. Yeah, man. Holy shit.
Soul Assassin, you might be right. It might have been Hyatt Toys.
Oh, I think they did too. There's a few companies that have like the license on that stuff. This is really cool too.
Yeah, I did a video on that one
Oh, the
too.
last Ronin ones, right?
Yep.
No, that's the Wanderer.
No, the Wanderer.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I can't believe you forgot about that one because I broke down into the history of it. It was like issue number 17 from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics run. So it was like it starts off as a story from Michelangelo, and it was basically just a story he created, how he was basically alone and everybody else was gone, and he had to fight these barbaric warlords all on his own. It was basically very similar to what happens in the Last Ronin when you read the Lost Years.
Okay.
So that's why I got it. If you can't find it in an Ollie's, I'm going to find it and send it to you because it's a good read. Even minus the new baby turtles and all that stuff, which is not quite as horrible as it seems when you read the book.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, if you get your hands on it or something. Yeah. I was looking to Target by me. They didn't have it anymore. I think I saw one copy elsewhere, but I can't remember which store it was. But yeah. If you can find it at like a big discount or something, yeah, I'd probably.
Yeah, Ollie's is the shit for that stuff. And you said you went into one yourself, and you've seen all the books and everything they have. I've told you about that before. I said they got tons of comics and stuff. And
I had forgotten. And as soon as we walked in, we saw it over on the left. So on our way out, we walked by there, and I got like a $20 trade paperback for $2.99. And then if you sign up for their shit or whatever, they give you like an additional like 10% off or something. Dude, it was crazy. I'm like, wow.
And if you signed up long enough, like I get the 15% off sent and mailed out that, I could just scan and go in there and get discounts. And then if you watch for their discounts all the time, and like once you're signed up, you get the flyers. And like the one time they had 33% off right after Christmas on everything that you purchase, like your total purchase, like stuff like that is great. Ollie's is fantastic. And speaking of other books that they had a hardcover of The Dark Knight Returns, but they had it with some kind of big giant bat mask, the Batman mask case for the book. And it was like maybe $7.99. And I think it was normally like a $60 book originally.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I got I got a hardcover of that from the comic store in my neighborhood. You know the store, Tommy. It came with a DVD in the back, like the back cover. You open it up, it has the sleeve for the DVD. But I had gotten this like without they took it out of the plastic. They cut the price down for it, and there was no DVD in it.
Damn.
But I wonder what the hell was on the deep. Was it the cartoon? Would it have been the cartoon? I guess.
Maybe.
More than likely.
Could have been. But yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, I would love to go to another Ollie's, but again, that was nearly an hour and a half away, or almost 2 hours away. So it's like if I'm ever back up in that area, I would go again. But that's not just something I'm just gonna hop in the car and go. If I'm gonna go, like
you got to come visit me for like a week.
I was about
I'll
to
take
say
you to
that.
Ollie's like 5 times out of that week.
I was about to say that. I'd rather hop in the car and go across the other way and hang out with you for a weekend or something. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, man, yeah, because I know you said you have some over there and some really killer stores. But yeah, man, I gotta get funds back up. This trip was whew. But then I had the books too. By the way, I did put the order in for the Volume 3 art book. I got a new sample copy. We'll be talking about that tomorrow as well. But it is perfect bound now for you guys.
Yeah, so, if you guys want to take a look at that, check Vinnie's channel out after the show. He's already got a short up there showing the book off.
Absolutely, that one.
Be sure to check it out.
But yeah, jump on that for sure. But yeah, I was clicking on the turtle ones because these are these are the ones I saw over at Best Buy. So if you're looking for them, this was in a Best Buy. They also had these two.
Now, see, that's one of the ones I haven't seen. I wonder if that's an exclusive to Best Buy.
Oh, I don't know.
Because I've never seen it at Target, Walmart, anywhere else.
Yeah, I think he's the Foot Enforcer.
Yes, the Enforcer.
Yeah, they looked awesome. And then I saw this one as well. So they had Crank, but this was Super 7. So I don't think he's in proper scale with the rest of them, but it still looked cool. So I figured let me just record this real quick. But yeah, I thought they did a very nice job. I had the original figure when I was a kid, and he came with like that walker thing.
Oh yeah, I picked up the classic reissue.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely perfect.
Nice. That is cool. Oh, by the way, I just got a heads up from my friend as well. He said that in wrestling news, that apparently everyone having a meltdown over The Rock taking the place of Cody. They switched it. It is going to be Cody and Roman Reigns officially at Mania. So people were very fucking pissed. So I guess they listen to the fans for a change. Plus, with all the crazy crap with Vince going on right now, I guess they do want to make the fans happy so they don't walk away.
You know what? The Rock needs to stop with his bullshit. Look, dude, you had your time in the spotlight. It's over. Get over it.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Let other people freaking have their opportunity to shine, even if it is shitty ass Roman Reigns. You know what? I'd rather see him there than see The Rock back again, freaking just bringing the whole place down.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts.
That's the thing, though. They don't know. Like, see, they did. This is also what happened when Roman Reigns was failing miserably for years. When Vince was trying to shove Roman Reigns down everybody's throat, and when Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble, the crowd booed the shit out of him, and they thought that they could bring The Rock out to shield him from those boos. This was the 2015 Rumble. Was it the 20? It was either the 2015 or the 2016.
Something like
Rumble.
that. I remember seeing highlights somewhere.
They thought The Rock was going to shield him from the boos, and it did not happen.
Nope.
The Rock does not have the stroke that he used to have with the fans in WWE.
You know what I like what you did right there, Slasher. You incorporated the Shield into that. Whether it was accidental, or not,
it was actually totally accidental. I didn't.
Well, we'll see. That was beautiful. Papa says he wants McFarlane to make a complete Faxa life set with 2D on working roller skates. My God, Papa. Soul Assassin, maybe.
I want to see a 2D action figure when she got older and hot and had huge tits.
Nice.
There you go. At Vinnieart, go visit Tommy and go to Ollie's. And,
that's right. And
Lurk
Trina said it too. Yeah.
Make a good video.
Exactly. Yeah. Trina Lurch are right. We should do that. We should just go hang out, hit a couple of those stores together, and have some laughs. That'd be pretty cool. Shit. Here was the other thing I was going to show you guys. That
was really cool. I seen when you put that up, I was like, holy shit, that's set up for Ghostbusters. Phenomenal.
All right, you guys just saw it. I clicked on the Ghostbusters one, and it went to the Wally one instead.
No, the Wally is before.
There we go. Oh, wait, that's right.
Yeah, see, I knew that because I actually watched it, Vinnie.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a minute because I was just uploading stuff. I'm like, wait, what the hell? Where'd it go? But yeah, those are pretty damn sweet. Yeah, there's some very talented individuals out there. Oh, yeah, that was the Ripper thing. And the only person I saw with a line was that guy's Star Wars theory. That's where the line was. There was nothing else there. Right, here's a couple of people's favorites there. There's Mark Brooks. I know everyone was fighting with that guy or whatever. He seemed nice when I walked by. His artwork was always cool. Frank Cho's back there. There's a few people. Like, they had some decent art that was lined up as well. But again, I was just taking photos of stuff and some videos. The conversations I had were again, I'll get into that tomorrow. That was really interesting and eye-opening. It kind of contradicts a lot of the stuff that people have been kind of chiming in about of what's going on right now in the entertainment world. I think I got a theory about. I think there's mandates that are being pushed for sure. Because some of the creators I talked to, there was zero politics, zero in our conversations. We were just fanning out about a bunch of different things. So,
what up, Curtis?
What's up, Curtis? Let me. This was actually on the way up to the show. It was one of the comic shops. This was incredible. This is a Hot Toys piece, but
what is that? That's not Jeepers Creepers, is it?
No, the zombie version of Doctor Strange. Dude, it looked sick. I mean, whether or not the movie was great or people liked it or not, that figure was jaw-dropping.
I thought that was the thing from Jeepers Creepers.
No. It's because he was dead and buried, and then they resurrected him. Basically, anything that Sam Raimi does, it's Evil Dead. It's all Evil Dead. Bruce Campbell said it too. Sam makes the same movie. He just has a bigger budget, but it's all the same movie. And he's not lying. Look at his other movies. It's all the same shit. They're all trying to get this Book of the Dead, this crazy thing or whatever. And then there's creepy or messed up versions of your main character, but this was one of them. And like he summoned all the souls and he used them, and like he flew in the sky with them. That's why you see all these hands and shit. Like it was pretty damn cool looking in person. I was surprised by that.
Soul Assassin, you're absolutely right. Most people don't care for the box; they just want to enjoy their convention.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like I said, even some of the creators, I think a lot of them were forced into the shit that they had to do. And like I said, I'll get more into that tomorrow. But
I've heard that Soul Assassin.
No, they're making a bunch of them. The Raimis, they said that they want to do like every 2 years they want to release a movie. So there's going to be stuff that directly ties into the original stuff. There's going to be like. It sounds like there's kind of like 3 timelines or 3 books that they're going to be using. I think it's like the Army of Darkness ones. Like they're going to use each of those books. So that's why we're seeing different stories like we are. But that
I just didn't like the last 2 at all.
The last one I really hated. The one before it I liked. It was darker. Yes, there was no Bruce Campbell, and I know that pissed off a lot of people, but it wasn't
to me. It wasn't even that, Vinnie. It wasn't even the fact that Bruce wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't like her as a lead. And she seemed so useless through the whole beginning of it. And then all of a sudden she's going to prevail. It was all, to me, it was just bad storytelling, almost as bad as the Hellraiser one that they released on Hulu.
I wouldn't say it was that, but I liked the, again, the Evil Dead we're talking about. I like that for certain aspects, and we could break that down another time. But for what it was, I appreciated what they did, and it was more horror based. It wasn't just kind of like the campy stuff. But that very last one, there was nothing salvageable about it. The opening was the only thing I liked, which is like the first 3 to 5 minutes, and that's the movie I wanted to see. Not this weird thing with the apartment building and those women and those kids. I didn't care for that at all.
They pulled me in the beginning of that too.
Yeah.
Just a shame.
Thank you. See, that's what I mean. That's the movie we all wanted to see. How come they didn't make that one?
Maybe Soul Assassin, maybe. Like I said, I think they could have did something a lot better with that one, and I could have been more interested. But I didn't believe in the main character. That's the biggest problem.
Oh, and I get it too. Yeah, if you're not sold on the main character, you're not going to like the movie. I was okay with the main character, but again, because it was just a different type of story they were telling. But it was actually supposed to tie into another Bruce Campbell one. The main plan that they had, this is a side note from Toys, they were going to do that movie. They were going to do another Bruce Campbell Ash movie, and then they were going to do one where they put them together. That's what they originally wanted to do. But because the circumstances went the way they went, it didn't make the money that they thought it was going to end up making. Their next project they ended up doing was the TV series, which I'm happy for. That TV series, to me, was absolutely incredible. We got 3 solid seasons. And if that's the end of Ash's story, I'm fine with that. If he's going to do one more, that'd be great too. But everything else, what they did with this new one, I did not care for nothing. I didn't even want to finish it. It was so bad. But yeah, so that's that.
Back to toys.
Back to toys. That's right. Really cool stuff. But I'll show you more stuff later. There was a wrestling thing I'll show you guys on tomorrow's stream. But I think there's a couple more videos I need to put up. Just haven't had a chance for it yet. But so those are some of the shorts that I put up for this week. And we'll throw it to Tommy. And then when Tommy's done with a couple of things, then I'll show you a video that I got.
I'm gonna kick it off with I got two things I'm gonna run here. It's three short videos in between them. So I'm going to kick it off with a toy break. I almost never start off with a toy break, but what the hell? This one was actually a gift given, and I'm going to explain it in the toy break short. But yeah, thank you for this, and you know who you are. our first box right here, by the way of Lurch Trolls Slight Return, we got Steel Jaw and Slugfest cassettes. These are... Alright, so we got them out of the box, and what we actually have is we have Overkill and we have Slugfest. These two actually came out, I believe it was in 86, but it could have been 87. Pretty sure it was 86. They came out as a tandem duo, as an additional troops for Soundwave. So there we go, him, little Stegosaurus, and then we had Overkill, which was the little Tyrannosaurus Rex set. Yeah, he did have an opening jaw as well. And you should just port out just a little bit. There it goes. There we go. Overkill and Slugfest. G1, man. Love having these. I think I have at least one of the side weapons from Slugfest, and I may have both of Overkill's weapons.
Those looked amazing, man.
Yeah, I used to have both of them in my collection a long time ago, and I don't know if I have them anymore. Lurch and I had this conversation because he had picked up a lot, and they came in there, and he didn't have any of the extra parts. And I do know I have a couple side pieces for at least each one. I don't know if I have the full, because each one came with two little side weapons that would go on, port into the open ends of the cassette tape. And Trina, thought they were little micro cassette tapes, and that's what they were made as. So you can, and I did this when I was a kid, and it was Ravage. Lurch is absolutely right. The Jaguar is Ravage.
That's so cool.
I took these things, and we had micro cassette recorders. So I actually was able to place these damn tapes right into a micro cassette recorder. I mean, obviously they're not going to play because they're not real tapes, but they fit right in there. They were the exact same size as the micro.
That's awesome. And out of curiosity, did you try? Would they fit in the newer Soundwave figure?
No.
Okay.
The dimensions are just slightly different on the new one.
But they were pretty close, though, right?
Yeah, they were very close indeed. They're just off just by a little bit. I actually did a comparison between all the tapes, and I did them side by side and showed the slight variation in the size, but it's not by much.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
But there's that. Starting off with a toy break, and then the next one is also a gift sent. This is by way of our good buddy over here in the Horseman chat, Vinnie. This was another one I've been looking for. I tried to pick it up a while ago, and I was actually waiting for it to go on discount at Target, and I missed my window, and they all sold out. But he found it and sent it over, and hell yeah, this is pretty cool. I had to break this one into two parts because there was a lot to unpack, and it is a double set. So here we go.
Guys, welcome back as we are hanging out with Indy, the archaeological pig. And Indy is ready here as we're getting ready to check out something that is kind of old school. Jesus, Indy, you were taking up that whole bed, you big boy. But anyway, we got one here from Mattel. Masters of the Universe, their classic Origins line. We have got Masters of the Universe, Rise of Evil, Dark Origins, the two of Eternia's evil warriors. We've got Keldor, the evil apprentice of Hordak, and we've got Kronos, evil criminal from another dimension. Thank you, ETEP of the Place to Be Reviews, for sending this one to the Guinea Pig Collective. This has been out of our stores for an awful long time. This one is from 2021, but this is another incredible addition to our ever-growing Origins collection. Awesome artwork as always on the box. You can see the back panel right there with all the artwork that's on the back of that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get these guys out of the box. We'll throw in some action poses and we will see how they fare.
And the masters of the universe.
Here we go with Keldor and Kronos right out of the packaging. Let's go ahead and get them in some action poses. Here we go, showing Keldor off in some of the moves that he can get on, and he's got a pretty cool looking sword there. It almost looks like it has a glowing effect on the tip, but it does not. I did check it with a black light. And then we got Kronos with his big giant rifle right there. We go with Keldor in a nice big wide stance, wielding his Havoc staff. And we got Kronos trying to double hold his rifle. They put a secondary port in the front of this gun for another hand for to slide in, but they just gave him an open hand. Kind of questioning that one.
Dude, that is pretty damn cool.
Pretty cool. I got one more part to that, showing off the rest of it. This is a really cool 2-pack, and like I said, I thought it was great. And yeah, E-Tip got it for a steal. $9.99 for this 2-pack. When it was selling in the stores, it was going for over $30 some odd, almost $40.
Yeah. I remember seeing it back then as well.
Really nice 2-pack. So let's get into the second half, and then we can discuss it further. If you guys have anything more to say about it, here we go.
Go with our last couple action poses with these guys. They are fairly limited, even though there's a lot more range of motion on these than there was on the original ones. They are still a little bit limited. Still tons of articulation. Turn up near the shoulder, of course. Swivel and pivot up in the elbows. Nice knee bend. Turn up at the legs, and a little bit of pivot and rock in Kronos with some really fantastic head movement and a waist turn. Now Keldor slash Skeletor, as you can see, he's got a secondary head there, putting on his Skeletor pose of he's the most powerful. His cape can be removed when the head comes off, but he has a little bit more articulation than Kronos does. Same basic posability, but he has a lot more movement up in his ankles and in his legs. Still difficult to try to get him into a kneeling position, but we did the best that we could to simulate that. Overall, I gotta say these ones are pretty decent looking. I would definitely give these ones an 8 out of 10. They're not perfect. I've seen a few of the other Origins figures that were a little bit better than these, but for what these guys are in this 2-pack, I think these ones are pretty decent. Once again, thank you E-Tip Wakuinen of the Place to Be Reviews for sending these to the collective. One last thing before we get out of here, I did want to point this out. It's probably going to be a little difficult to see, but his eyes are actually gem-like. So if you get a light on there just right shining, they will kind of sparkle a little bit. I thought that was a pretty cool touch.
Have you the faintest inkling to whom you speak? I am Skeletor, Overlord of Evil!
Anyway, guys, that's all we have on this Origins 2-pack. An awesome addition to anybody's Origins line from the Masters of the Universe collection.
And the masters of the universe.
Yeah, it's a pretty damn cool set. I like that.
I like that. And once again, there was a lot more movement in the Keldor Skeletor one than the Kronos. But overall, both of them, I thought they looked fantastic. I just wish the Kronos one that they would have given him a second hand to grip the front of his rifle. I think that was a missed opportunity. I don't know why they gave him a completely open hand. And for whatever reason, he is lacking down in the bottom of the legs.
So what's the story with that character, Kronos? Is he supposed to be pre-Trap Jaw? Is he like Trap Jaw before he became all messed up? And okay.
Yep.
Yeah, what was it exactly happened that how he lost his arm and his jaw?
That I don't recall. I remember watching some of the 2002 He-Man, but I don't remember. What's going on, Stieg? Good to see you, man.
Stieg?
Hope you're well. Yeah, you bastards. Yay.
I remember I remember in the carts, the 2000, it was 2002, right? The Cartoon Network.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the watching the episode of how Two Bad was created. That one was good. I like that.
Nice.
They were two guys who hated each other, and then they got merged together. It was funny.
Dude. Yeah, I want to watch those things. I only watched, I think, a couple of episodes. I forgot.
Yeah, I watched them like when they first came out, and I loved them. I liked them better than the freaking '80s ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually,
No, they were good.
Yeah, they screwed up the situation with He-Man and that sword. The sword design alone hurt them so much, and it was hard. I got to see those things before any of it got released to the public.
You mean the 2002 ones?
Yeah, the 2002 ones. The figures alone were jaw-dropping, and to see them like the 2-up scale, they were between 12 to 14 inches, depending on which the characters were, with extra detail all over the place, extra joints. They were amazing, absolutely amazing. But that sword design was the worst. And it's like I don't know how do you even tell those guys? I'm in the studio.
It looked like something either out of Final Fantasy or World of Warcraft. It was just so ridiculous looking.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. You know, that's the sort of power, and it's supposed to, like that weird base, like it looked like a flower or something. Like it just made no sense. Out of the hilt came like that little kind of thin part, and then it branched out and then upward into this bigger part. It was so stupid. It made no sense. Everything else they did such a great job on. But yeah, man, it's wild to see kind of what had happened. That would have been the series to keep going with.
I'm still interested to see what else they're going to do with the classic line. Apparently, they must still have some plans if they're doing crossovers with the Turtles and everything.
Yeah.
So I think the Turtle line is selling out quick too, because the Mousestraw one that I did pick up, it was the very first one that I seen in any of my stores.
Nice.
Like, you know, because I might have seen like one here or there at other places, but it was somebody already had it in their cart. I didn't see any on the pegs. So when I seen this guy, I was like, okay, I'm going to grab this one and check it out. And I was pretty impressed with it. I thought it was pretty damn decent. So I hope they do more of those, which it looks like they already have another wave or two planned. And they got some pretty interesting characters they're going to be releasing that. But with that, I hope it builds up enough excitement for them to do some more stuff in the classics line. Like I still think that there's a lot of characters they haven't hit yet that they could definitely go back and redo for that series.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Both properties is still very solid. That's why. So like, I don't think they're gonna want either one of them to kind of disappear. Because even when people were bitching about the Netflix cartoons, they still produced a lot of great. Was it Eternia or what was it called? It wasn't just Revelations or what was it? What's the name of that line where it wasn't?
I'm trying to think. It was something Eternia, but
New Eternia? Was it New Eternia?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. New Eternia.
Yeah, so like they went closer to the original designs and stuff, but more in that other scale, which is like more proportioned. And I thought they looked great. I have a handful of those things, and I do like them.
They already had something that was doing very well when they just started doing regular classic figures as part of their Masterverse line.
Right.
Because those things were selling very well. Like most of them were.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know why they pulled that line and then switched over to Revelations and just New Eternia. I mean, they should have absolutely kept that line going.
I don't know. Well, like I said, the New Eternia ones I do like because they're more proportioned. There's something about the design that's appealing to me. But yet still retain the classic look, so I'm fine with that. Because like they did the 20th anniversary or the 30th anniversary figure, and I love that thing. It's like spot on to the original one, but yet it's in that more proportioned scale instead of just massive upper body and small legs and whatnot. I think they've been hitting it out of the park. And then like the one that's closer to the Funimation. I think they're in stores now. I haven't seen them myself, but
that would have been the 40th anniversary.
40th,
or no, 40th would be this year. I'm sorry, 2014 would have been 30th.
Okay, so, whatever the anniversary figure that they put out.
No, I think the last one they put out was 35th.
35th. Okay, That's the one we were talking about. You have them too. We both have them. That thing
Yeah.
is incredible. I love that thing so much. And then if you go to Ollie's, you could get the Battle Cat that goes in scale with him, and it looks amazing. But yeah, I don't know. They've been doing a good job. I picked up Ram Man. I'm gonna review him maybe next week. I got him for like $9 or something. That guy was originally going for like 34 or whatever it was. But I found him for $9.
So stupid. Opening fucking price $34. So stupid.
Yeah, it's bullshit. They fluffed it out because the packaging was so big, and it was for what reason? He could have been in a regular size box. You don't need to put that other crap with him. They give him an extra harness, another head. Like, give him his battle axe or one other thing you want to put in there, and you're fine. An alternate head for the other faceplate thing that he puts on sometimes, and you're good. You don't need to do this giant elaborate thing. And this is why they lost money. They sat on shelves. No one was buying it because the price was too much. Take a look at the economy. People can't afford shit anymore. It's I don't know. These companies, they still love bending over the common folk. It's just crazy.
Poor Papa. Poor Papa. Because a fur banana hammock and some kind of weird armor bondage gear isn't gay at all. You must have hated Conan too.
I was about to say, doesn't that make Conan gay? Doesn't that make any sort of barbarian character gay?
Shit.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, our OG freaking barbarian is Conan. You know, that ain't gay. He drinks, he slaughters people, and he bangs broads.
But that's
the furry thong doesn't really,
Right.
that's not helping matters.
Right. I had a meme for that, and it goes, it hit like an electric buzzer, and you see like part of his leg. He goes, it was never thong or underwear, it was his real fur. I guess he's part Italian.
Shake that shit down, son. But that's my opening salvo, Vinny. So it's either up to Slasher or you again.
Yeah. Slasher, you got anything?
Go ahead, go.
Well, I only have one more thing to show, and it's a video. So.
Okay. I mean, if you want me to go again, it's up to you.
No, I could show it. I just thought Slasher had something.
Oh, go ahead.
All right. Well, all right. Let me present. And yeah, this is actually one that Tommy had. He had reviewed it. I did finally get my hands on it a couple of weeks ago. I didn't get a chance to review them until now. And we got Ripper, not Ripper, but Ripper, one of the Dreadnoks. And this guy is pretty damn sweet. Like Tommy was saying, they did a great job with him. His glasses, they actually did properly. It's a shame though. This is the only one they had, and the box was damaged. But I mean, I got on my GameStop, so I had like $5 off or whatever. So not too bad. That's why I got them. Again, I prefer Ollie's or Ross to get these guys, but they don't normally have new ones. It's usually like older shit. But if you could get them at those stores, again, $5.99 for like a classified figure, I wouldn't sleep on that. I would jump on them because holy shit, some of them are just jaw dropping how they did them. And again, the articulation, the sculpt work, everything is incredible.
Yeah, I seen them on Twitter. I seen pictures of them on Twitter.
Yeah, they're damn good. But again, yeah, I'm glad that they are phasing out this shitty packaging. I said it during this review as well. It's like, yeah, they want to be environmentally safe and everything, but yet they're chopping down even more trees to make this shit. And it's all useless. This is all useless packaging.
Yeah, it's like boxes like for Staples or something.
Boxes, more paper, more cardboard. It's like, what? The plastic's cheaper. You got recyclable plastic, and you could do that windows properly, and the shell that they you lock all the weapons into place. Everything's safer. Nothing bends. But that's Hasbro. They think they were being smart. They're not. They're douchebags. But yeah, the people who are actually designing these things, they're doing a very, very good job. I know they solicited 2 more of the Dreadnoks as well. The original dude, the one that looks like he's from the Blue Oyster Bar. Torch. Yeah. Although they did something with him I wasn't crazy about. His boots look like they go up to thigh highs. I don't know why they did that.
He did have taller boots, but they weren't thigh high.
No, they looked a little too high.
Now Xandar, technically his almost looked like thigh highs because he had this big giant knee pad thing that was part of his boots. So it kind of made it look like the boots went up a lot higher than did, but it was really just a big giant knee covering.
Okay.
Or knee armor.
Shit. Yeah, this one, like this paint version, his eyes look a little funky. Again, like I said, if there was a window, I would have been able to pick a proper one, but you know, this is like a grab bag thing. Thank God he came with the shades though, because those look amazing, and those are on him, and yeah, he looks great. So, but beautiful figure, man. Articulation wise, it's just standard kind of stuff that they did with these. You could pretty much get him into any pose. It's excellent. His butterfly joints actually work properly. A lot of them, like they just kind of put them there, and with the Marvel Legends, and they don't work. This guy, his actually work. So that's good. You can do the splits, drop down hips, the upper thigh rotation, double hinge for the knee, really tight joints. But he can not just kick himself in the ass, but in his lower back. That's a big range. So excellent. The boot cut, the rocker with the hinge. So beautiful stuff all around. Again, very, very solid. And I like the sculpt work that they did on there too, because like he feels like a solid figure. It doesn't feel cheap at all. The cheap stuff is his packaging, which is ridiculous. And then the extra cardboard too to throw a machine gun in. Like what? None of it makes sense what these people do. But I'm happy.
I don't know about you, but my gun where he comes with the big can opener on the end. Yeah. Mine, even though it was in the extra cardboard, was twisted up a little.
Wow, that sucks. The machine gun one that I have, it's straight. I've had others where I opened them up and they were warped, which sucks ass. But no, this one's actually straight. I don't understand why they keep doing the separate clip though, or the magazine. Like it doesn't make sense, and it's super loose. It's like, why not just mold the whole thing one solid piece? But it is what it is. People a little crazy. I'll jump a little bit, but yeah, this thing did look good. I like how they did it. You know, the handle that has the hinge on it, so that thing could move a little bit too.
Yeah, the jaws of life.
Yeah, the jaws.
It was odd. It was never one of his weapons on the OG figure, but it would make sense.
Had a jackhammer.
Well, no. He only came with the gun with the can opener on the end.
Oh no, he had the jackhammer. I have him. I have the OG. I have his weapons. He has
Yeah, he came with something.
That first weapon you picked up, it doesn't split open. The front of it doesn't open like that, like a crab claw. It's just a jackhammer.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it in the box I got.
Okay, cool. But yeah, there's the machine gun. Like I said, the clip was all strange. You really got to jam it in there. It would have been better if that was all molded one piece.
Or at the very least, if they would have molded it to go in a certain way, so it would have fit in tighter and not just
like a key lock kind of thing or something. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird, some of their decisions. You could actually take that machine gun and pin it on the back if you want. If you use like the trigger that's open, that hole, it'll fit right on there. So you could store weapons if that's what you wanted to do. That's pretty neat. I'm sure you could probably get this contraption on there too. But I just opened them and kind of rushed through the review a little bit. But I think they did an excellent job all around. And yeah, here are the other Dreadnoks that I have so far. These are the only 4 I believe that are out right now currently that you could purchase. Although Zartan he's harder to get, that's for sure.
Well, they did a re-release on the blue-chested one, which was more in line with the
sold
original
out.
figure. Yeah, sold out again.
Wow. Oh, he keeps selling out that one. I did see him at the convention, and he was still going for a decent price. But again, I was in the middle of doing too much, and I already spent too much during that trip, so like I didn't get it. Although I'm half kicking myself in the ass that I didn't do it.
Yeah, the only one I don't have right now is Buzzer, and I missed my opportunity to get him super cheap at freaking Target when he was $9.99.
Yeah, it was the holiday sale. But dude, that was like seconds. I'm not kidding. Like I went to go look. I had 2 things in my cart, and then by the time I was ready to go to checkout, they were gone. So it's like whoever paid first got them right away. And if you didn't, boom, like they were pretty much like stolen out of your cart. It's crazy. But yeah, no, I'm happy I did get him. Because yeah, he does look good. The glasses weren't. I don't think they did them correct for Buzzer. That's why I don't have him on over here. But he's still really. It's really a nice face sculpt anyway. So I didn't mind not putting on the glasses right now, at least for this. And yeah, Zorana looks amazing. She's I think one of the best female figures they've done. I do have another one who I think she was in the comics. Her name's Helix. We might review her as well. She looks pretty cool. They did make a figure of her back in the day as well, but
not the OG.
Not the OG, but like a little bit later on they did. That line that was still, it was the smaller ones, but what was it, maybe 5-6 years ago or something? They were really hard to get, those 3 3/4 ones, but they had her in that lineup.
So one of the things I want to talk about again, I made sure to bring it up when I did my review, is like how well they did all the tattoos on these guys too.
Yeah,
they did. Yeah, Buzzers is really good. The cobra that he has on his arm, that looks incredible. That was pretty sweet.
But
yeah,
I have Ripper's weapon.
Oh, nice.
See?
Oh, goddamn! Yeah, I forgot all about that piece.
Doesn't open. Yeah, see?
Shit.
So I think that's supposed to be the Jaws of Life. Then maybe
I thought it was a jack. I always thought it was a freaking jackhammer.
No, it's definitely not a jackhammer.
His name was
Jack.
Ripper.
Yeah,
I thought it was like special, like makeshift. You know how Dreadnoughts all had makeshift, shit like that.
Yeah, that is Jaws of Life, because the jackhammer's just got a straight rod with the big chisel at the bottom.
And Vinnie, OG Torch.
Yes, that's it.
Had knee-high boots.
Yeah. I'll look for that one. Yeah. When you guys are showing some other stuff, I'll try to look up the classified one that they released photos of. But yeah, I think they're doing a stellar job with these. And the other night too, we were on E-Type's channel, and I found that Fortnite boat that's in scale with these guys. And I found that it was originally going for $80. I found it for 15. So I ordered that shit off of eBay just the other night. I'm like, for $15, and it'll be great because I can put these guys on it, or some of the Joes. I got Shipwreck. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a really nice display piece. As soon as it comes, I will film it for the channel as well. Because again, something like that.
Am I hearing you may need a diorama for it?
Well, it comes with the clear, like a water base.
Yeah, but you need more than that, Vinny.
Oh, well, that's
you need a total backdrop and everything.
Jesus. That's going to be a lot.
Talk about crazy with the toy stuff. I seen one guy. He was building the swamp. The swamp
for the Dreadnoughts.
Yeah,
I've seen that before. They had the shack. I seen someone do that.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, when I was at McFarlane, I had worked with the guy who helped build the sets for the like for the photo shoots. So like if we had like the samurai figures and shit, like we do like build like a piece of like architecture that looks like something out of feudal Japan, with some like the grass and stuff. Oh yeah, he kind of went like all out. I helped them build a couple of things back then, but yeah, dude, it takes a lot of skill and a lot of patience to do that type of stuff.
Yeah, I can't remember where I saw that custom set. It was they did the whole like they did the water, the dock. It was awesome.
Oh, dude, that sounds amazing. That sounds freaking epic.
Trina, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Hey,
Looking forward to you coming back.
Oh, yeah.
And what's up, Frankie?
What's good,
hey, Frankie?
And Papa Cutton says, what good are those? They're way too expensive to blow up with fireworks. Papa,
yeah.
That's why you get the cheaper ones and you blow them up.
Yeah, that's it. Here, I'll show you guys the Fortnite boat. And there's a couple of people who they customized this thing too when they got it. I think this thing looks amazing. with the clear part too. Like
I'm telling you, a nice diorama with a
Mhm.
water scene, maybe a swamp area and everything like that.
hell yeah, dude. That'd be pretty epic. And it does float apparently. So there you go. Look at that. Yeah. Look what these guys did. You know, it's simple, but it
Nice.
worked.
See, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. A simple diorama with a freaking background. And that type of diorama is actually fairly easy to make, at
Yeah.
least for the base.
Uh-huh.
Because all you need to do is you just paint the damn base of the foam board or whatever you're using for it. You paint that down first.
Yeah.
And then you just you box it off in a big box contraption, and you just pour in epoxy resin.
Okay.
You create waves in
Oh,
the
yeah,
epoxy
yeah.
resin, whatever you want to do, and the color will shine right through the epoxy resin, and it'll look just like water.
Dude, that is awesome. Where do you get that epoxy stuff?
No, you can go to any hardware store and get it. It comes in 2 parts. You got to mix together. I've worked.
Oh,
with
okay.
it
Oh, that.
before.
Oh,
It's pretty easy to use.
okay. Nice. Yeah, look at this one. Yeah, they customized it with the orange and black, and they put the Gatling gun there. Dude, I think that looks sick. Great freaking job. But yeah, for something that's under like $20, yeah, all day long. This thing, yeah, that's pretty damn epic. Here's another one. Pretty cool. Oh, look, they put was it Kazim from Indiana Jones? They threw him in the back. That's funny.
Not Lurch said he'll send you a video on epoxy.
Cool. Yeah, I don't have room for any of that shit. This guy, I'm cleaning off a shelf in order to put this thing there.
I'm telling you, I can make you a custom piece. It wouldn't take much if it's a smaller piece to just set it up on. Something that would fit on your shelf or whatever.
Yeah.
I can cut that foam board down to any damn size to do it.
That's cool. Yeah, we could talk about some stuff, but yeah, pretty damn awesome right now. So yeah, hopefully they mail this thing out soon. I am looking forward to this. So good shit.
Absolutely awesome.
Back to you, Tommy.
All right. Well, I'm going to kick this one off before I get into the next review. This is another figure that was sent to me. But before we get there, we've got to start with our Collectable Past trivia. So I was actually talking to our resident G.I. Joe guy about this, and both him and I didn't have any ideas at first, but eventually the pig did figure something out. Guys, see how many of you can get this one.
Nice.
Yeah, so there you go. They actually held off because Lurch got it. They held off because they were worried about washing out of the colors being all in black, which they wound up changing later on in the series. That's why, like early on, you see the Baroness in blue too, and then later on you'll see in episodes wearing a complete black because they were worried about that color washing, fading out into the background, and they worried the characters weren't going to stand out enough. But I mean, they've been doing that stuff in comics for years. Like, I don't understand because most of Sunbow worked with Marvel, you know, when it was Transformers and G.I. Joe. So, I mean, they should have understood how to be able to blend those colors and not have to change the color of the characters, but they got lazy and just did it anyway.
Yeah. Well, they do that from time to time. They get super lazy.
They do. But that was our lead-in for the next one, and thank you. I give credit, absolutely. I had to break this one down into 3 freaking parts. There's an awful lot to unpack in this. I'm just going to let the video speak for itself, and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
Okay.
Guys, welcome back as we are hanging out with Barnes, the G.I. Joe and BattleBot pig. We are hanging out and Barnes is going to get his nom on as we are getting ready to get into a figure review. And of course, if you couldn't tell from the music that's playing in the background, this one is going to be G.I. Joe related. This one is from Super 7, and once again, thank you, Lurch Troll Slight Return, for sending this one, and we are looking forward to reviewing this. This is how this one came, G.I. Joe Cobra Commander from Super 7. So we go ahead and we're going to open up that outer box. I really do like the way that they package this. This is absolutely spectacular. This is absolutely protecting the figure in the box. So there we go. This is what the inner box looks like. And then it's got a sleeve that pulls off, and there you go with the Cobra Commander. This one looks pretty cool. We're going to have to get this one out of the box, take a look at it, full articulation poses, and see if it's worth all the hype.
Bravissimo! And so handsome!
So right out of the box, here we go with Cobra Commander by Super 7. I will say, for a cartoon accurate version of Cobra Commander, this one doesn't look bad. Get a look around at the backside, and there is a wire. There is a wire in the back of his cloak here, so you can get it into some pretty cool positions. I dig that, and it kind of pops right off. There is no way to really hold this on. The wires on the top of the cloak are what holds it on, so if you get in certain positions, it will just kind of fall right off. I kind of almost wish they would have put some kind of magnets on top of his shoulders.
You're not very good at this.
It does come with some posability. We're going to get into that in a moment. We're going to show off some of the accessories, one of which is these binoculars that he has right here. Because the articulation is a little bit limited in the arms right here, once again, we're going to get into the full depth of that. Yeah, you can almost kind of simulate him holding the binoculars up. Now, he does have a couple other hands that are supposed to be better for that. But unfortunately, he does have this open hand, which probably would have worked really well with holding the binoculars. But this tip here is soft. It's so soft, it's almost like soft rubber, so you can't even port it into the freaking arm slot. That is just trash.
Jesus.
So yeah, that's the beginning, and I'm going to be honest. Other than looking really good, it doesn't get a whole lot better. So we'll get through the next two, and then
because he does look good. I mean, it's very, very accurate. I do like what they did.
The cartoon actors there, but wait till you see the rest. Let's see if you get it. Let's see if you would have been as infuriated as I started.
It goes with a few more of those hands that I was able to port in with a transmitter device, getting ready to push the button on it. It goes with some other kind of transmitting device. I'm not really sure what this one is supposed to be. It seems very odd. It almost seems like it has a port, and then as you can see, he doesn't stand very well. The articulation is a bit of a pain, but there we go with that little device, whatever the hell that is supposed to be.
Retreat! Retreat!
Here he goes with yet another item. He's got a Cobra wrapped around a globe right there, and he does actually have a specific hand that this thing ports into. Unfortunately, it's really difficult to kind of port that in there. Decent detail on the snake right there. I mean, it's pretty cool. A neat little accessory.
We are invincible.
He goes with his command staff, and he's got a blaster in his hand. A very, very odd looking blaster. I mean, it's interesting, but it goes in another pose with a couple more weapons right here. Now, I'm not really sure what this weird laser blaster thing is. It's got a little scope thing on the front. I will say I do like the way that they made the hands right there, so the finger can actually go inside the trigger guard. That is pretty cool. In case you didn't notice, that is a different head as well. It's just a little bit different because it doesn't have the silver stripe on top. So there we go with him. He does come with one more accessory, and he does come with this rifle. But if you notice that there's no handle. There is no handle on this rifle for him to hold. So yeah, what's the point? Why even include something like that? That's just retarded.
What the? That was so bizarre at the end.
I got one more. Okay,
So far, it's not too bad. I think he looks amazing, man.
Well, wait till I get to the last part, and then you can tell me if I was right or if I was wrong.
Okay.
The articulation on this one is pretty standard. The arms move up. He's got a bicep turn. He does have a cut right here at the elbow, but it's a single jointed elbow, so that is as far as you're turning his elbow. There is a little bit of rock down here in the wrist. You got to play with it to get him to move, but I mean, it does have some movement. Unfortunately, I did notice swapping the hands in and out, this became extremely loose in here. It starts getting loose and it wants to pop out. That is a shame. He does have this ab crunch right here, but this is very loose as well. Very loose. Like, it shouldn't be that loose brand new. That's pretty horrible. He does have a little bit of a diaphragm cut down here, but it's very minute, so it's more about turning and maybe incremental movements. The head actually has a fair amount of movement in here. You get a little bit of side by side, you get way back, as far as the helmet will allow, and you get a nice look down on there. That's pretty cool. As far as the legs, there's no drop down on these legs. So whatever movement you get there's a little bit of twist on there because it's a ball. And that's about as much movement as you get. You try to do the Van Dams, that's as far as you're going to get. Kicking back, there is literally no kickback on these legs whatsoever. Decent amount kicking forward, and then a single jointed knee. Pretty horrible. There's no extra turn up here by the knee, no turn by the ankle or anything, or should I say in the shin. There is good movement here in the foot, a little bit restricted by these, but you got pivot and you got rock. But that is it. Like, overall, I gotta say, for something that is, and I forget how much these things, I know they're somewhere around the $40+ range for these Super 7 G.I. Joe figures. Looking like the cartoon version of Cobra Commander, it looks excellent. I am not going to deny that. This looks just like the cartoon, spectacular. The articulation is where this one fails. Not to mention that one of the hands, the joint was so rubbery that I couldn't even use it. Or getting a weapon that you can't even use because he can't hold it whatsoever. Those are huge misses to me. This is where I think this figure fails. It does not have all the features that you would expect for a $40 or more figure. The absolute best that I can give this figure is a 7 out of 10.
No! How could they? They do this to me!
He never gives up, he'll stay till the fight's won. G.I. Joe will dare. G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe.
Yeah, I don't know. I like my figures that have good articulation. That guy was.
Hey, at least that snake on the globe thing looked cool.
He did.
You
That
could
was
add that
awesome.
to something else. Like, that would be cool for like Serpentor to hold on to.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that really infuriated me. Like I said, that this thing, once again, Lurch, thank you for sending that. I wish the review would have turned out better, but you know me, I'm going to be brutally honest regardless about these things because that's just what I do. I believe in integrity when I'm giving these reviews. Like I said, looking like the cartoon version of Cobra Commander, awesome. A lot of the accessories had, as I was going through older cartoons that I could find of G.I. Joe, I did see a lot of this stuff in there, all except that weird laser radar, whatever type contraption that was. I couldn't find that. But a lot of those little dial and switches things, one of them was actually like the one that they used to mind control Duke in the first series that came out.
Oh,
So there was that was actually crossed over fairly well. A lot of the hands though, they had a bunch of hands that were almost the same type gripping hand. Like they had like 4 hands that were almost exactly the same. It's like, what's the point? Why wasn't it a big wide open grip hand or some other type of gripping hand? That made absolutely zero sense. So he came with 2 closed fist hands. He came with 1 partially closed fist hand that was slightly open to take his staff And then he had a bunch of the same type of gripping hands just for guns that really were no different. And the one open hand where the back end was all rubber. And yeah, that's why I couldn't port that in, Papa. I see what you're saying, trying to, but you can't because it's rubber. It would literally not go in. The minute you try to push it in, it just bends up. And it felt like it was just going to snap right off like piece of shit. And I think you're right, Papa. I think a Democrat did make that rifle because they don't understand how they work. But
no, they don't.
Yeah, go ahead, Vinny. Tear me up if you think I'm wrong. I mean,
no. Like I said, aesthetically, I think it looks great. Posability is shit, and yeah, some of those issues, man. Yeah, those issues, I'd be flipping out too. I probably not even want to switch the hands because of that. You know, because that kind of soft plastic, that shit will snap off quite easily. I don't understand why that company does that shit. I only have 2 or 3 Super 7 figures. They're the Thundercat ones. And I had no issues with those. I thought they look great, but they're a lot different. They're beefier figures as well. Something that has more human proportions. Like, they should have done different stuff with them, you know, because the Thundercats almost had like a He-Man type quality to them in terms of like the articulation and the designs. But these, dude, get your double jointed elbows and knees in there. Step up a little bit with that. They could have easily given him like a ball jointed like midsection as well, or something along those lines. Or even like what the classifieds were doing, like you get like that half ball joint by the waist, so they could kind of pivot in different directions. Like, there are ways of doing it, and I don't know exactly what that company was going for.
Yeah, I like I said, they had that slight hula hoop down in the waist, but it was ever so slight. There was hardly any turn whatsoever. I was and like it was probably hard to see, but I was barely moving him for that ab crunch, and it was just flipping back and forth. Like, you could, if you grab the figure and shake it, the whole front body flip back and forth.
Damn, that sucks. That's disappointing.
I hear you, Papa. I remember that. A lot of people had that problem with the old Joes, the thumbs breaking off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't have too many that lost their thumbs. I
had so many that lost their thumbs, and if you try to throw enough karate kicks with them, their dicks break off.
Yeah, that happened a lot with my figures, because it's like, you're trying to get a character to kick or something. It's like, oh no.
And the elbows crack too on some of the figures.
Oh shit, yeah.
I hear you, Frankie. No quality control. They should have caught the handless rifle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things they should have caught on that one. Like I said, once again, cartoon accuracy. Boom. They nailed it. They nailed it for cartoon accuracy.
Yes.
But everything else in that figure, like, you know, the rifle not having a handle, the rubbery ass freaking wrist joint for that freaking open palm, the Cobra. That was the one of the other hands. It was the open hand palm with the posts, so you could sit that Cobra, because it's got a small post and that hole in the bottom, but they don't match up. So one is almost rectangle and the other one's like almost pyramidical shaping, and it's like, it just, I don't know what they were thinking with that shit. That was just pathetic. And instead of giving a secondary helm with just a blank blue, why couldn't they have included the damn the cowed face? You know, they're not Hasbro. Yeah. Why couldn't they have done it? If they licensed that, they should have been able to do whatever they wanted, and should have freaking included the cowl, because it was in the cartoon enough times.
No, because they were all screaming that's too close to a certain thing.
See, Papa Cotton knows what I'm talking about. For real, they'd break their dicks all the time. Yeah. But the more karate kicks you throw, the more dangerous it was for their dicks.
Well, maybe it's just because you guys are real ball breakers.
Well, you know, especially growing up in the Van Damme age, you wanted them to get that really high kick to knock the other Joe down.
Yep. Bastards. Well, I think that's why they did the drop down hips and all these on the classifieds now.
I remember the Crimson Guard figure. I still have him. He's a beat up son of a bitch. He's around here somewhere. But on one hand, the thumb broke off. Mm-hmm. And on the other hand, the 4 fingers broke off.
What?
So he was disabled on both hands.
Did he have a dick?
I don't even know. Probably not. Probably not. I'm sure he threw a lot of karate kicks. So.
Well, then let
me see if he's in this box right here.
Then there's no point for him to live anymore. If he can't hold it,
No,
and then there's nothing there to begin with, there's no point in living, right?
he's not in the box over here. But I have half
Look.
Destro.
I found the classified torch. So here you can see him with his thigh high boots here. I mean, he still looks really good, but I don't understand why they made the knees that high.
But yeah, he does straight up look like straight out of the Blue Oyster Club.
Yeah, he
Fucking
does.
Village People cover band.
Yeah. Yeah, he had that Lemmy look there from Motorhead.
They're the knee pads that I was talking about earlier. And what they should have did is they should have made them a different color where they were like a little bit more metallic or something, so you could have differentiate. Okay, they're just knee coverings and they're not really the boots coming up that high. Like that's just a poor choice in coloring. Maybe they'll change it before it gets released.
Maybe. Yeah, because it looks like it's still the 3D rendering here.
No, it literally says right on there, digital rendering shown.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And here's the other dude.
Oh, Naugahyde.
Yep.
Sweet.
Oh, awesome.
He looks freaking bad.
He's out already?
No. They're showing you these are going to be, I guess, the next wave after the ones that come out in April.
Why did they give him the lizard?
I don't know.
Do you remember the episode with the lizard where Cobra Commander used it on Serpentor and turned it into like a partial iguana?
Were those the Deke episodes?
Yeah.
Dude, I like
didn't
how he
see
looks.
too many of those ones.
Yeah. Pretty cool looking though, man. You got the anarchy symbol on his shirt.
Yeah, but his name is now Naugahyde again? Because
I don't know.
I saw they changed his name. I hope they changed it back. They changed it to just Noah, which is fucking stupid.
That's weird. Yeah, I don't get that.
Probably lost the rights to use that name.
And they did make Doc as well. Hold on, pull this one up.
Nice.
That looks awesome with the stretcher and everything. Pretty damn cool.
Yeah, they definitely souped him up with that fucking he wearing like a life preserver or something?
Oh, it's like the med kit.
Yeah, it's a
he got
medical kit.
he got a flare gun too. That's awesome.
Yeah. That is cool. That I do like when they do those extra different accessories. They're very unique to the characters. That's pretty cool.
And they should always do that.
Yeah. I agree, man. Yeah, because the ones that are coming out next are this Duke. They went with classic Duke. Finally.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yep.
Like, what was that? Was that almost a month ago?
A couple weeks ago. But I know that's digital rendering, but they actually have like the proper. We saw the promo pics and everything. Him, Scarlet. There was a few of them, as opposed to the original one, which he was still a nice figure for what he was. But what we just saw, the other one I just showed you,
the old man Duke was pretty good though. You
made
got
an
that
old man Duke.
No, he's got like the white striping in his hair. Didn't you have that?
Yeah,
one,
like
Vinnie?
the Reed Richards type shit.
No, the one I have doesn't have that. The one I have is from the first wave of the classified.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I was telling you about that. They had one out where he looked like he was a little bit older, and he had like the white stripes in the front and the sides of his hair.
Yeah, I haven't seen that myself. The only ones I've seen of Duke, and it was just again the one time in the store, was that first wave that completely sold out. I got lucky; someone had them hidden somewhere in Walmart, and I was able to get pretty much like the whole line. But the Tiger Force was the only other one I saw that comes with the motorcycle. Those are the only two. Those are the only two Dukes I've seen in stores.
Well, I mean, I know. I think I sent you a picture of the one that I seen, and it didn't look bad, but it was just like,
Okay. Yeah, I don't recall you sending me a photo of that, but
they sold out quick.
Okay. Yeah, this was the other one, the Tiger Force one.
Wow, they got you for that, Papa. They're ridiculous.
What?
Fucking
For
YouTube,
saying
man.
that word or typing
it? You know what, YouTube? Go suck a bag of dirty dildos.
I'm telling you, it's getting worse, man. It's freaking getting worse because of what's going on right now. Again, with Tucker and his interview, and it's just like, Yeah, man. They want to try to censor everything because they know facts are getting out that they don't want.
I can't wait. I'm like I said, I'm gonna have a pre-show for tomorrow's Friday.
All right, wait. I got a character I want to show. See if you guys have this guy, and I want to see if I could get away with saying words. Do you mind?
What's that?
Yeah. What do you got?
All right. So you can't say rifle.
Apparently not.
All right. So, anyone ever have Fast Draw? He was one of the coolest looking figures, but he was a pain in the ass to set up because when they got all hosey.
Oh yeah. Those
And
hoses sucked.
Then he also had these that you had to put into his hands.
Mm-hmm.
He had 2 on each side, and then he had this stupid little. It wasn't even like one of these. It was more. It was more solid than these. It was it had to go from his mask into something in his backpack. Couldn't even figure it out. But did they remake this guy?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't know. I haven't seen him yet. I mean, I know that they're reusing a lot of parts and stuff too. They tend to do that from time to time.
But missiles. Sorry, can I get saying the word missiles?
I don't know.
Yeah, he has missiles on his back.
Cool. No, I liked his design. I always thought it looked cool.
Frankie, spell it backwards. That's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
This is my beep. This is my beep.
All right, Vinny, did you have anything else before I go for another toy break?
There was one other character they showed too. They have some more Tiger Force shit that they're doing, but there's also there's
why are they continuing?
Because it's just they have the mold, so there's just
have they been talking to Todd?
You gotta do 47 repaints.
Oh God, I want to get into that next week. I seen some shit that just made my freaking skin crawl.
Oh boy. But here's the Jinx figure. I went to hit on this to click this one, but apparently it's all blurry and shit. But she looks pretty good. I like they have the alternate heads too for her. And she had the tattoo down her arm. So that was pretty cool. So,
that's cool. I prefer her OG outfit though. The full ninja gear.
The full ninja gear with the arms. But still pretty cool. I like what they did. Yeah, there's the OG.
I love that figure. I never had that figure.
Yeah, she was cool. I think my cousin had her. I don't think we ever did. But yeah, there you go. So yeah, throwing it over to you, Tommy.
No, absolutely. Nug. Yeah, that's right. Nugs are something else completely. They'll censor that too. They probably will. They can't help it. But yeah, going in with another toy break before I get into my next topic. So I actually have two toy breaks that are going to be getting into the end of the show that are kind of related, but I wasn't going to put them all under one toy break because time constraints of uploading. Yes, thanks for nothing, CenturyLink. So here we go.
Yeah, so here's a bit of an oddity. Let's check that out. G2 Universe Jazz. I got that Armada, Starscream, Metal Hawk, Laser Cycle, G2. Laser Cycle, and who we got back here? Autobot Mirage in G2 colors.
So I want to preface it on these colors, and I've had this discussion with a few people. I know Lurch and I were talking about it. So one of the things about these colors that are on there, these are actually unreleased concept art that they had made for G2 and then never released. So that's why it's like these weird orange funky colors on Jazz and the weird like splotchy like neon looking colors on Mirage. And they did Dead End and they did a few more. And they did another one I'm going to show in the second toy clip towards the end of the stream. All unreleased concept art. So they were digging into the well of stuff that, you know, they did in the past and also stuff that they never did release. So as far as Laser Cycle, that was actually a G2 character, and they're just making it for the Legacy line for G2, and those are all those G2 legacies are all Walmart exclusives, and this is why I've never seen them before.
Yeah, I haven't either. A couple of them looked halfway decent, but a lot of those, those colors are just like, what the hell did they do?
Well, I did pick up Jazz. I did pick up Mirage. I did not have time to shoot them because, well, we know why. I don't have to mention it again. Sons of bitches. But I got both of them in the back, and Lurch was saying something about a black light. And guess what, Lurch? I took a black light to the box. The boxes alone glow in a black light. So I'm definitely going to include that when I do the full review because I just thought it was hilarious. Like anytime I got pull out a small black light and make things shine and light up, I am down for that.
Nice.
Anyone done a line of GTA figures? Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah,
Not that I'm aware of. They should. They would absolutely sell out if somebody did do them.
That'd be pretty cool.
But so here goes the next one. This is talking about my favorite store, Ollie's. Picked these up at Ollie's. This was one of the ones that I picked up the whole set when it was that extra 33% off the normal Ollie's prices. So I got it for a really good steal. And I was actually surprised how well these were done. So, guys, this is a little bit of a trip down memory lane with these figures. No pig in this figure review because it just wasn't time. But here we go.
We're going to be taking a look at the Dungeons and Dragons figures that I picked up from that old 80s cartoon. All these I got at discount at Ollie's, and yeah, we're going to have some fun checking all these out.
Dungeons and Dragons ride! Wow, neat!
And here we go, right out of the package. We have Bobby with Uni, we've got Diana, and we've got Hank. Let's go ahead and get some of their accessories out and put them in a few action poses.
Where are we?
Look out!
Here we go with our 1980s Dungeons and Dragons cartoon heroes. Uni has a little bit of head movement right there. You can see all the movement that Bobby has with the double jointed knees, double jointed elbows, and a fair amount of movement in the waist, and there is some movement in the head. Decent rockers down there, as well as swivels down at the top of his calves. He does actually have a little bit of pivot in those tiny little arms too. And of course, he has his big giant barbarian's club. Diana's stretched out in a nice wide stance pose, and she's got what's called her javelin, even though it does look a lot more like a bow staff. But there we go with all the same movements that Bobby has, and the same thing with Hank as he's got his bow.
Fear not, Ranger, Barbarian, and Acrobat.
And here we go with the last set of poses with our heroes. Of course, we still have Uni sitting there. Let's change her position a little bit just to show you that she does get a little bit of head movement right there. Of course, we got Bobby all laid out, swinging his club. Diana does come with a second staff where it simulates her spitting it, which is pretty cool. And then we can see Hank has got a big giant bow that simulates a big flaming arrow. These ones are pretty decent looking. I gotta say, for the $9.99 plus the 33% discount that I got at Ollie's when I picked these ones up, they're pretty decent. I really was worried about these because of how small the joints are, but all the joints move absolutely fine once you kind of work them loose, and nothing feels like it's going to break. So these are pretty decent. They got ab crunches, they got pretty decent head movement, and they come with some decent accessories. Each one comes with a die too. Bobby comes with a 12-sided die. Diana comes with a 20, and Hank comes with an 8-sided die as well. Anyway, guys, I gotta say, I'm going to give this one, I'm going to give these ones a 9 out of 10. These are pretty decent.
In the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
Pretty cool.
Papa says, love that cartoon. Does look dumb, and I don't want them. I wasn't sure if I was going to pick them up. I remember the cartoon.
Yeah.
But after I picked them up, I got to say, I'm not disappointed with these at all. And what's going on, Tony? What's going on, Decepticon? What's going on, guys? Tony did share, what was it that he said? Putin is on Rachel Maddow. So,
Tony, you're trolling Tony.
Don't be a bigot, Tone. Don't be no bigot. She has a bit of head movement, phrasing. Yeah, I should have gotten her into one of those movements, huh? And absolutely amazing. These things are like super teeny tiny. Yeah. But they got tons of articulation. Like these are a little bit, they're a lot smaller than the normal figures that we see from NECA and some of the other ones. Mm-hmm. These are more like in that probably 5-inch range or so.
Okay.
But yeah, absolutely fantastic. They knocked these ones out of the park. I'm very surprised. I wouldn't mind finding some more of them at Ollie's and completing the collection. Thanks. So yeah, decent, very decent.
It's freaking great, man.
I don't know. You remember that cartoon at all, or
a little bit? Yeah, I didn't really watch too much of that stuff, but I do remember catching some here or there.
I remember it was around the same time that they were putting out the LJN action figures, which were pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, they were
and
really.
They had some cool PVC ones too, like the ones that had no articulation. They were still pretty good. I have the Fortress of Fangs. I can't show it because I'm not going to hold up my laptop to to where I have it placed right now. But
yeah,
very nice, and that's all about bringing back some of the memories. And that was one of the reasons I picked them up. I thought they were cool. I remember the cartoon. I didn't watch it religiously, but I'd watch it when I had the chance to watch it. When I
it was the same with me. I didn't watch it all the time.
But I enjoyed it nonetheless. I thought it was pretty cool. I do like how they did the crossover with the original game by including the multi-sided dice. I thought that was just a very nice touch.
Yeah, I think so too.
No, I hear you, Papa. I hear you, but not now. I get it. I totally get it. I'm not faulting you on it. I mean, to each their own, right? That's what it's all about. Mm-hmm. But the next review, I had to break into 2 parts again. There was a little bit to unpack in this figure. There was moments I really enjoyed this, and there was other moments I started getting a little frustrated. But I think in the end, I still gave it a fair score. I gave Code Commander, I think, an overly fair score at a 7 for all the problems that one had. But the cartoon aesthetics is out in that one is what raised it. Dungeons and Dragon ones, I think that absolutely it earned a 9 for me. With all the articulation and everything they came with, and looking just like the cartoon, like that's why I include the clips of the cartoon, just that you know, for the people that are watching, they can compare it. Like, okay, yeah, they did a pretty good job with that. If you know that and you respect that, great. And if you didn't, well, you just got your first glimpse of why I think that they deserve the 9. So there is that. So now I'm going to get on to something that was a Walgreens exclusive. One I didn't know a whole lot about, and I had to research it. And then once I researched it, I was like, okay, that made sense. But then after we get done with this, there is going to be a slight discussion about why you should never listen to anything from Wiki. Don't listen to Wikipedia ever, people.
Okay.
Here we go.
Welcome back as we are hanging out with Cliff Jumper, the master of the Transformers. Don't you want to say hi to everybody, Cliff Jumper? Oh, there's a nice piece of lettuce there in case you want to get your payment up front. But guys, of course, you know what that means. With Cliff Jumper here, we are looking at something that is Transformers related. So this one coming by way of Hasbro and Legacy Evolution, a Walgreens exclusive, we've got Autobot Medics. So if you are a little bit unfamiliar with this character, this is because this is one that didn't appear in regular media. This was part of the Rescue Bots. And we're going to get into a little bit of why you should never, ever, ever listen to anything that is on Wikipedia, because they do not get anything right. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and get this one out of the box and take a quick look at it. Right out of the box, here we go with Autobot Medics. As you can see, we got Medics right here into a nice kneeling action pose. It's a little bit close to not being able to get into a kneeling pose, but it does just manage to make it. Got Medics in another action pose right here with a big wide stance going on, almost kind of leaning down, blasting at another character. Action pose right here where Medics looks like he's running in to save the day. You can actually take this secondary or third gun, actually, clear blue plastic, and you can port that up onto the shoulder. Of course, because of all the articulation in Medics' legs, you can actually lean Medics way back, like Medics is kind of firing upwards at Decepticons. And of course, you can take those red guns, you can port them onto the side, and then use the blue blaster as his primary weapon. Also, evocution all his guns with his grill / shield to create some big monstrosity cannon weapon. You can always take that grill, put it onto his arm, port it in, and turn it into a shield, and mix and match the guns any way you choose. Possibilities on how you could fuse them together to create a weapon that you want is really limited by your own imagination. I do really like that aspect. This one, it almost becomes a double-handed cannon, just the way that you could port all these things together.
So yeah, that's the first part of it. I'm going to just play the second part right here just to finish that up, and then we can get into the talks about Wikipedia, their Transformers Wikipedia. Oh boy, do I have some things to say about that. I'm going to try to keep it kosher since we're on a few different platforms. But
very accurate, huh?
Here we go.
And after a very hot minute, we finally got Medics transformed into his ambulance SUV mode. There is a problem with this back door porting into place. It doesn't want to. And I remember having the same problem with Crankcase. The engineering on this was kind of lackluster with the arms, and the arms kind of get in the way of being able to port these doors on properly. And no matter how you squeak them in there, they just keep wanting to come back out. But there he goes like that. Not too bad. The grill is actually just kind of ports right on the front there. I mean, overall, it's not bad. I just wish they would have did something a little bit more ingenuitive with the arms to make sure that they all ported in properly. Everything else clicks in really tight if you play with it for a while, but yeah, it is a pain. Of course, like all the rest of them, you can port the weapons all on the vehicle. Again, to taking the weapons and porting them on any way that you desire. Anyway, guys, that is all we have on this one. Just like the original Crankcase one, it does have a little bit of limitation in the posabilities, especially up in the shoulders. You can get it into quite a few ranges of positions, but it can't flare out like most of the other figures do, and it's because of the overall boxy design of the top of those shoulders. Otherwise, this one is a very solid figure. A lot of articulation going all through this figure, the knees, the waist, the rockers, everything else that you would expect on this one is there. But because of the top of the shoulders, much like the Crankcase, the best that I'm going to be able to give this one is an 8 out of 10.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep using that fucking same mold over and over and over.
They have worn that Crankcase mold down into the dirt. I mean, they've done it with a few different figures like Ironhide and everything. And thank God when they did the re-release of Ratchet, they fixed all those problems and made it a more hefty figure. But holy shit.
Yeah.
They beat some of those molds to death. I swear they're all talking to Todd. Papa's getting his drink on. Lurch is joining him, and then Papa said if he was actually playing, he'd be wasted by now. What did we rate that? We said an 8 out of 10. It has some problems though. And leading into part of our discussion after that, so I'd looked up because I wasn't exactly sure who Medics was when I picked it up. I knew it was a Walgreens exclusive. I'll pick it up. I remember the crankcase mold being okay, so I go on Wiki, and this is the first thing I see. Medics G1. This article about the Generation 1 Autobot for the aligned Rescue Bots. Rescue Bots doesn't come out until 2012. How can he be Generation 1 Transformers Wiki if he didn't come out until much later, like 2012? Like, seriously? Like, here it goes right here. They're also saying on Wiki, on that Trans Wiki, the first bot was released in Combiner Wars in 2016. They're completely ignoring everything that came before, and then they go right into the legacy release. So I had to dig further on a couple other sites, and there's your first version. Oh, wait a minute, wrong one. There's your first version of Medics right there, from Medics the DocBot from 2012 from Rescue Bots. It was in the, what was it, the 5th wave, I think they said, of figures that they released. Yeah. But it comes out much later on. So how can it be G1? How can you even say, I don't give a shit if you're talking a line continuity? You can't retroactively align something to be Generation 1 if it was not available with the Generation 1 toys. There's a reason that they're called Generation 1, because that's when they came out. They were the first generation of Transformers that were released. Yeah. I just don't understand how brainless some of these people could be. And from what I understand, one of the people that were writing that article, they work with Hasbro. Like, really? Like, what kind of freaking mental morons and midgets do you have that are sitting there working at that place where they're trying to align something from 2012 into something that was with Generation 1 that came out in freaking 84? Yeah. Like, seriously.
Well, there's a lot of them. You said how many? There's plenty. Jesus.
Is absolutely special. And this is why I keep telling people over and over again when they say, well, Wikipedia, I really don't give a rat's ass what Wikipedia had to say. Wikipedia. 8 pigs out of 10.
Oh, shit.
Was he in a G1 comic? No, he was not. Rescue Bots, that's all he was in. Okay. And that wasn't until 2012. I did my research on it. Mm-hmm. Because, like I said, I was unsure. I thought the molding looked okay. I was like, oh, okay, here's another Medic bot. That's pretty cool. I'll pick him up. I had no clue who he was. Right. But, I mean, the figure, the colors and everything looked kind of neat. So I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. It's a Walgreens exclusive, too. Probably won't see him for very long, so why not? Yeah. Shit. But some more Transformer news. And we'll start off actually with the GI. I think this is the GI Joe one. So we all knew about the partnership that Hasbro has going on with McFarlane. Yeah. So they've already started releasing stuff that they're doing right there. So
I saw one YouTuber flipping out about them already.
So that's some of the early page punchers they're doing already. Yeah. Cobra Commander and his forces and G.I. Joe 2-packs. Mm-hmm. So you get Cobra Commander and the Crimson Guard, and then you get Snake and Duke. Snake Eyes and Duke. Right. So they come with like little mini like comics or something like that. Uh-huh. And they come with these nice little stands to display the comic, but I really don't know who's going to sit there and display a comic out in a stand like that. No. Kind of odd.
Yeah. I don't understand the page punches at all. It's weird. It's too gimmicky and shitty, if you ask me.
Well, from what I understand, since McFarlane got the rights for that, he's getting, I guess, all the payments for printing those comics up. But some of these comics are from other companies, including the ones for the Transformers. Well, that's the rest of the G.I. Joe ones first. Okay. But some of them are older comics that they're doing. Like I was looking at the Transformers ones right here. Most of these are from IDW.
Yeah. I recognize a couple of those covers.
So I thought that was kind of odd. Like,
It's very odd. You'd think the deal would be something for more modern. That way, people go to the stores and they get the new stuff.
Yep, they're doing old stuff. They're doing
Weird.
old stories from IDW. I don't know what's going on. Like that one I recognized there with Wheeljack. That's actually a Spotlight book because I actually have that one.
Nice. But these are, again, they're specific to those. It's like it's not even the original figures. Like they're reprinting them and then putting like his own eds and shit in there as well.
So there is a slight amount of articulation in those things, but it looks like it's extremely limited. I've never bought a page puncher for myself.
Yeah, me neither.
But I mean, for tiny little figures, like they're only like what, an inch and a half tall at best,
something like that. Yeah, they're super small.
No, they say 3-inch. I don't think they're 3 inches. I swear they're smaller than that. But even then, for that, they do have some movement. So I guess kudos for that at least. But I personally couldn't see any reason why I would want to get them.
Yeah, no, none whatsoever. I saw another YouTuber going, like, he said he was cursing and flipping out. I was like, what kind of stupid shit? He goes, listen, if you don't have the license to make proper ones with multiple joints and stuff, then don't bother. What's the point of this license? It's stupid. And like you see him talking like he's all proud of it and shit. It's like, what are you proud of? It doesn't make any sense. It's so cheap and gimmicky. I don't know anybody who would pick those up.
Papa Cotton, tell your friends about the show. Get a bunch of alcohol. Get a bunch of friends. Turn on Collectible Past, and everyone takes a shot every time Tommy mentions Transformers. Let's go, party people!
Oh shit!
Like, go start your own rave like that, and turn on Collectible Past, and everybody takes a shot when I mention Transformers because you know it's bound to happen at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, selling comics or toys. Pick one, Todd.
Yeah. It's weird, man.
They look like cereal box toys or Cracker Jack toys.
Yeah. Jeez, yeah, I don't know, man. That's something I'd go near.
Yeah, totally not interested whatsoever in it.
Nope.
But yeah, I have one more toy break. Was there anything else that you wanted to discuss, Vinny?
No, I was looking up a couple of things, but the stuff isn't out. Things are going to be a while, so no worries. Yeah. Let's see what else you got, Tommy.
All right, so this is the last one. This is technically a second part to the other toy break, and have another drink, Papa. I know it's an imaginative drink right now, but have another imaginative drink anyway, and pretend that you're going to fall over drunk, or at least stub your toe into a table leg.
They also have this one, Cloud Cover G2, and they got a G2 version of Grimlock. Gotta admit, some of those G2 colors are pretty ugly. They also got Toxitron. Weird stuff. Weird stuff.
Pretty odd colors. Once again, that's part of that unreleased or unreleased figures that they only had concept artwork for. That weird yellow and what was that, orangey, like a tiger stripe thing on Grimlock. Considering it was concept art though, I might think about it, but it's a $55 toy. So
yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, those things have gone up a lot.
No window. How people are going to want to see what the hell it looks like, especially with that type of a paint job. how bright it is, or I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell these companies are smoking when they do this type of shit.
I like the idea of them paying attention to Transformers history, but Jesus, like they really need to do something about these out of control prices too.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's not all their fault because you know the drivers are getting hit from the diesel.
Yep.
So unfortunately, a lot of that's getting transferred to the store prices, and you know Hasbro and some of these other companies are not helping matters by how high they've jacked up their prices coming right out the chute. So
yeah, it sucks ass. Well, again, why do you think so many of these things are going on clearance and they end up in like bargain bin stores? You know, you'll have the key characters that people love that they'll fly immediately. And then like all the secondary type ones or people that, you know, not so much their favorites, they'll wait on it or they'll sleep on it. Sometimes you'll find them at the discount stores. Other times they just won't carry them anymore. So
well, I feel fortunate that I have so many extra stores around me and I was able to see some of these and then pick up Jazz and Mirage. I mean, I know they're weird looking, but yeah, Jazz was like the first larger Transformer car that I ever got, and my aunt, who passed away many years ago, she bought that for me because my mother was buying me mini cars, and she didn't buy me a large one at that point. So my aunt had picked up the first one that happened to be Jazz, and I was like, oh, that's awesome, that's awesome. And then you know, of course, Scatman freaking doing the voice for Jazz too, and I used to love Hong Kong Phooey as a kid, so that was just an automatic sell for me.
Hell yeah, dude. Excellent.
And Papa, I hear you. Yeah, nothing better than going elbow deep in a fresh box of cereal for a 5-cent toy. I remember I was talking about those the space bots that Kellogg's did.
Yeah,
a long time ago. Yeah, like those things. Like, oh man, I used to love that stuff. Like before I'd even finish the cereal, everybody, oh yeah, I wait until I get to the bottom. No, screw that shit. I dump a bunch of cereal out into a couple bowls just to get to the bottom of the the box to dig for that freaking toy.
That's hilarious.
Listen to Dad, bitch. Why you got all that cereal all over the place? I got to get to the most important part of the box.
Right.
Why do you think I picked this box? You think I love that cereal that much?
Yeah. I'm super serial about this.
Oh, I need another box. This is the same figure I already got.
Shit. Oh, man.
Yeah, Papa says, I remember getting the tiny book of lick and stick tattoos and Cracker Jacks, the holy grail prizes. What were you going to say, Slasher?
No, I didn't say it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something. But yeah, that is about all I have. I thought most of the ones I brought to the table today were still pretty cool. Even with all the problems with that Cobra Commander had, I still think like animated wise, pretty amazing. The D&D figures I thought were incredible for what they were, and even the Medics figure, the few issues I had, I thought it still looked really good. And like, yeah, the legs and everything like that, tremendous amount of posability in that figure, minus those freaking shoulders and the arms not tucking in properly.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of fun overall with this stuff. And then next week, I know I am going to do the G2 Jazz and Mirage that I picked up. And if I do happen to find a way to squeak out another one, maybe I will pick up another one of the smaller ones, or maybe I'll see if I can swing Grimlock, but I would definitely have to sell something else first. I did make a sale last night when my friend came over, and I did sell an extra sword, so there was a little extra cash right there. It's always nice when you get cash in hand.
Oh, yeah. Always.
Yes, the baking soda submarine toy, Frankie, and I bet you also remember the dolphins that some of them came with. I think one there was a dolphin, there was a shark, there was a submarine, and I want to say there was like an octopus or something.
Oh, yeah. I remember an octopus. There's something pretty cool.
But yeah, that is all I have. So shall we go into wrap-ups, or do you guys have something else you want to say?
If Slasher has anything, but yeah, we could wrap it up if he doesn't.
No, I'm good.
All right, you're good? All right.
Yep.
Yeah, so Slasher, man, go ahead and let everybody know.
No, you honestly don't even have to bother with that. I'm not doing anything yet. So. But thanks for letting me chill.
No, anytime,
Cool, cool.
anytime. You know, you're always welcome.
We'll enjoy the Toy Talks.
Absolutely, you're always welcome here. Trina's always welcome here, and once she gets back to streaming again, she knows she's always got a spot on Collectible Past. You're in the beginning. You're in the thumbnail and everything. You're always welcome here. And anybody else that wants to stop in, you know, Lurch, you know, anybody else that wants to come in and talk toys at any point, Decepticon, any of you guys want to come in and talk, just let me know. Or well, at this current moment, let Vinnie know because. Twitter, which I'm going to get into tomorrow. So I'm going to run a pre-stream for Vinnie's Friday Underground. I'm going to run it from 4 to 5 to butt right up against his. So we just jump right over to his and continue having the fun. But yeah, Vinnie, go ahead. Let him know what you got going on, buddy.
Yeah. So yeah, tomorrow we should be hanging out and talking about some stuff. Well, I'll get into a little bit of the that trip, the MegaCon trip. It was pretty good. I could not get a table at that one, but I went anyway with a friend of mine, and I think it was a pretty productive and good networking trip as well. And like I said, I saw a lot of different things. The internet stuff, don't believe all the bullshit that you're seeing on Twitter and YouTube and all that crap. Most of it's all nonsense. Nobody cares. People just want to be more positive about things and, you know, find better things they're looking forward to. If they don't like what current product is in certain areas, well, then there's plenty of other options, and people are well aware of that. So yeah, don't be fooled. But like I said, I'll get more into that and show some more photos and things. But pretty good. And yeah, I know there's some video game news and shit. There's a few different topics that we're going to be touching upon, I think. I know that they're not re-releasing, but they have like a remastered version of the first 3 original Tomb Raider games. It looks like it's going to be coming out on Valentine's Day. And I was kind of impressed with some of the graphics that I seen. I'm like, it's not perfect, but the way that they did it, they sure as shit upgraded like the original games. It looks like it's the same similar mechanics and all that stuff, but again, updated and a lot cleaner. And I know like they redone the original game years ago, and those were pretty good. I think they did like 2 of them or 3 of them. But this is the OG games, so like we'll probably talk about that a little bit. And I'm sure we might touch upon the Tucker interview, because right now I think it's like it's setting the internet on fire. I believe it's got like over 20 million views like in the first hour or something. It's insane. So yeah, we'll touch upon some of that stuff. So yeah, definitely probably on the Rumble side. But yeah, jump on over tomorrow around 5 p.m. In the meantime, like I said, go check out the Volume 3 art book. That's I should start fulfillment, I think, in a couple of weeks. Right now, it's in production with the printers. Everything seems to be A-OK, green lit. The copy that I had gotten with the perfect bound is absolutely gorgeous. I did replace 2 black and white images with full color ones now, and yeah, it's some jaw-dropping stuff. More than half that book is like fully colored anyway, and it's 64 pages. The other stuff is amazing detailed drawings and ink pieces and whatnot. Like, just again, the kind of gamut of how I work, you're going to get to see all that great stuff. So yeah, check it out. Support it if you haven't yet. That campaign is going to be super limited. I have a certain number that I ordered, and that's going to be it. So I'll end up numbering them once I fulfill everything, and I could go through all the books when they arrive and all that great stuff to see what's damaged, what's not damaged. And yeah, whatever's left afterwards, it's going to be numbered, and then that's it. I'll close the campaign. So there's a little window open if you still want it. So go jump on it, do it quick. You'll be happy you did. Plus, I did put up some new artwork on the campaign, and I don't know why I'm just talking about it and not showing it. So 1 second, and I will pull it up for you guys and girls if you have not seen it yet. I did put an update out, an email. So if you guys go check your emails, if you are subscribed to the or if you purchased the book itself, you should be getting those updates. But here's the campaign again. I'll scroll down to the new original piece. We got a Batgirl on a rooftop. showing some nice cake. So yeah, if you want to snatch that, again, it's a one-of-a-kind piece. It is on a Silver Age backboard, and if you buy that, you also are going to be receiving a copy of the book. I don't know why these images aren't loading right now. My internet's kind of shit in the bed. But yeah, they're here somewhere. There she is. So again, it's one of a kind. So jump on it if you haven't yet. There's a few more cool options. We got the Catwoman, Deadpool, Wonder Woman. There's still a few of them there. Hulk sold out. The Raph sold out, and the Scarlet Witch sold out. But there's still some more options. Supergirl sold out as well. If you want original artwork, I'm telling you, this is like a very fair price, especially compared to some convention prices. So yeah, jump on it. Get them while they're hot. And yeah, everybody, thank you so much. Curtis, thank you for dropping the link, buddy. Everybody out there, you guys and girls have been fantastic tonight.
Awesome. Guys, if you haven't, be sure to check everything out. Everything is down in the description below. As always, if you're watching this on the replay, be sure to check it out and judge for yourself. His projects are absolutely spectacular. They are beautiful. I backed every single one of them that I could. Yeah, and I have not been disappointed in any of them. They've been absolutely spectacular. So, guys, be sure to check them out, man. You know, it's an independent artist that's trying to give you really good stories, really good artwork, something that is absolutely lacking in the mainstreams today. So be sure to check them out. Be sure to share it out as well. Even if you don't have the money and you would like to back it, but you can't right now, share it out. Let other people know, because the more eyes that get on this, the better that Vinnie could do with these and be able to keep giving those same great stories that he's so capable of being able to do. Thank you. Everybody's been hanging in the chat with us. Thank you for all the people that are watching on the replay. Our thanks as well. Hope that you have a good one. Remember, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or should not watch. Your silence and your compliance gives consent, and we will catch you next time. Later, y'all.
Peace.
You better run, Mojito.
What? I thought you said don't move.
That was before. Now, you run.